hunger in America.
It exists in our homes, in our schools, and even on the streets.
I guess I deal with hunger every day. Make sure my kids and my boys are fed, and myself. And with these economic dire times, it seems that the money doesn't go as far to satisfy the hunger.
I have 3 children, and I do my very best to make sure that they eat enough food every night, and not only just eat enough food, but eat the right food every night.
Oh, the donut's good though.
We're usually on a limited budget for food, so we can't get like seconds. We have to conserve the food we get every day and like try to conserve it in our stomachs. But it's really hard when you're hungry and you don't have anything to eat.
There have been times here when there wasn't enough to eat, and my boys say that they're hungry before they go to bed. And typically when that happens, I always just try to tell them that, don't worry, you did have enough to eat, you only want some more because you're growing so much.
I skip breakfast. I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't know if my kids, I don't think they're big breakfast eaters anyway. And I know that's what a lot of people like to do. So usually I'm starving by lunchtime anyway. And if it's really a type with bills, I kind of fast to starve myself to dinner time. I know I don't eat breakfast, and I know at lunch, if I skip lunch, I have to wait to get home for dinner. But then it seems like I make up for what I didn't eat in the morning or at lunchtime.
In America, it's important to eat because everybody needs their meals to like participate in other things or like operate during the day and function. And normally, like a lot of Americans, in America, there's like a lot of wasting food.
The average American wastes half a pound of food per day.
Thank you for making my family something food.
What I usually do is I'll go to the food pantry. I'll go to the food pantry maybe once or twice a month, which is essentially a free service that churches provide. And they basically give people like myself, single moms with several children, they'll give us bags of food for free.
We usually eat with most of our meals a side vegetable, and because we eat vegetables, we don't really eat junk food, chips, candy, because he says that's just bad for us and we don't need it. So we eat vegetables like broccoli and spinach so we could live longer and have more strength for the day.
So yeah, I guess I do deal with hunger every day. Some days worse than others. Some days better than others. Not that I'm super poor or super rich. It's just I'm sure that there's a lot more people who out there who deal with hunger and feeding the kids and feeding the family in a lot worse situation.
It's unfortunate how thousands of people throw away food when thousands others are needing it. It's unfortunate how people have to pay to use food and water when it's a necessity for life. People don't ask to be brought into this world, and when they're brought into this world, they can't survive. They're malnourished.
There's been times when I had to decide that I wasn't going to eat tonight because I need my boys to go to bed full and nourished.
So I don't eat fast food no more, not too much. It just seems that you spend $5 on one meal per person, and I can take that $5 and that's a pack of meat, and I can feed the whole family and plus I'm reading more ingredients and dealing with the stuff. Do we really know what's in our food? With all the sodium and all the preservatives that they put in the foods.
Not only do we try to stretch our dollars as far as they can by going to places like Super Walmart or a grocery store like Aldi or places like that. A lot of times we just really try to buy in bulk. So buy a big bag of, like, let's say chicken, and that turns out cheaper than than if I were to just get a small pack of chicken.
It's important to eat because then you need to grow. You need to have some meat on your bones. It gives you energy. And if you don't eat, you don't have energy.
I suppose it could be worse for me. I mean, don't get me wrong, things are kind of difficult, but I see people that that don't have what I have, the resources to put food on the table at night for my boys and my family.
I try also to shop healthy, to include all the basic food groups in a day. So, in that situation, I think I battle hunger fairly well. But some days, I feel like an Ethiopian kid when I don't eat till dinner time, but I have to do what I have to do to make ends meet.
Even though things are very difficult around here, we're very lucky to usually be able to put food on the table for everyone. But I know that there are a lot of people that are very much worse off than I am, who don't have a place to store the food, cook the food, nor do they have consistent means to food. So things are very difficult on different levels.
Malnutrition. Sometimes it's voluntary, sometimes it's involuntary. But the point is, a lot of people just don't have a choice.
Millions of homeless people go hungry every single day. There are so many people in the United States. Over 300 million. There's so many stores, restaurants, bars, and taverns. There's so much food, enough to feed everybody. But why are people still hungry?
Nothing at all.
First of all, each year we cooperate with all the other churches in our area in taking up food for our Georgia Baptist Children's Home. We have 5 homes throughout the state, and all of us get together and they give us a list of food that we are to focus upon, and we bring that to our annual meeting, and we have a little program called Load the Truck, and our object is to load the truck full of food that it might be taken to the children's home in order to stock their resources so that they can have the food during the year. Also, we support the North Fulton Community Charities, and this group of people meet the needs of people in the Roswell area on a daily basis. So we give funds to that each month so that they can reach out to the multitudes of people in the North Fulton area.